In this video I want to show you how to create sounds like these. So let's open up an empty Serum patch and start playing around. This is not really that inspiring, so I'll add another oscillator. I'm going to add more voices, add a little bit of detune. Add a little bit of distortion to it. I like this one. Really add some nice overtones to the sound. I'll start playing around with an envelope that I want to modulate a few different parameters. So I'll set it to something like this. And I might start by actually adding it to, say, the fine tuning here. And we'll set it up 100 semitones, so we'll get a pitch bend effect like that. I'll add a filter, make it apply to all of the oscillators. Make the envelope apply to that one as well. It gives the sound a lot of movement and development. Now, once we have this basic shell set up, let's try playing around with some different wavetables. Kind of interesting. Let's add a little bit of delay and reverb to it as well. Not too much. Take some of the highs out. Another thing I like to do is to add this envelope to things like the wavetable position as well as this warp knob. That's a quite interesting sound. So what I do is I usually just play around until I find something that I like, and then I save, I'll call this deep distorted. I'll start with 11 because I already did a few before. Let's add it to the wavetable position on this one as well. Just gonna apply envelope to this A warp as well. I like to do as much as I can to make the sound evolve and move with these envelopes. And bear in mind you can also apply this to the effects like the drive amount. We can also use these LFOs. Let's make this pretty slow, set it to trigger, and we can use that as well to kind of modulate these things over time. Let's add it to this one as well. Gonna take down the effects a little bit. Now, if you want to get a little bit more interesting and create some other happy accidents, what we can do is to start playing around with some FM synthesis here. So let's take a moment and actually just remove the bends and just do a straight note. Could also add a sub oscillator here. That's pretty cool. Let's save that. So what I usually do is I set up the basic parameters, find a sound that I like, and then I start playing around with just different wavetables and browsing through different warp functions here in the knobs, like the bend, the FM, the sync, and so on. And then I usually stumble upon a bunch of happy accidents, and I'll save them as I go and then go back and revise them later. This one I feel it could be nice with a little bit of the pitch bend. And of course I could apply some macros to this and be able to open up this filter. I'll save that. And this is a pretty nice foundation for a sound, so I might, browse through a few more wavetables. So again, I just set up the basic foundation and then start browsing around with different parameters until I stumble upon happy accidents. I save them as I go without overthinking the sounds too much, but at least there should be something inspiring there that I want to pursue further. And once I'm done, I go through all of the sounds and pick my favorites, maybe tweak them and dial them in a little bit more, and then I save them into my final folders and use them in my music. If you want a bunch of sounds like these, check out Composer Master Tools in the link in the description. I'll see you in the next video.